Hello, I'm Jonathan Milam here with my lovely wife Pamela that stands all of my horns and the noise that accompanies the practice. And if you're wondering what all of the toys and home belongings are, well, there's a link below in the comments that will link you to a video we just made that describes what all the material standing around us is about. And my dear daughter Brittany is also in that video. I did the camera work, so you won't get to see me then. If you'd like to know again what all of this material is, you'll have to check it out later. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate you being with us.
Good luck. Bye.
All right, in honor of all of the toys and things of that nature, I will be playing Toyland today. And as the video says, we're comparing 4 vintage instruments here. Just so happens that I have 2 old Conn NY Symphony Special from 1937 and 12B copper Coprion from 39. We've got a King Silvertone from 1950 and an old Special from 1960. Conn, King, and Olds. They were primarily the heavy lifters of the vintage horns that we see so many of in great demand now. All right, as I mentioned, I'm going to start off with a big mouthpiece, give you a very mellow tone. And this New York Symphony Special, it just seems to play dark for me. Beautiful tone, wonderful horn. And we'll try and play Toyland. I'm using a Curry Trumpet-Flugel mouthpiece. And then we'll switch to something quite a bit brighter. That is the Symphony Special. Strangely enough, this is the only horn I'll be playing on today that has a brass bell. The others are copper, sterling silver, and nickel silver with a bronze tip. So, a little difference there. As you'd expect, the dark tone of the Coprion, the 12B from Conn. And now we'll play the King Silvertone, a solid sterling silver bell. And the most recent addition to the family is an Olds Special. I've had at least 2 trumpets before, I think about 3 Olds Special cornets. This is the only Olds Special trumpet I've had. When I picked it up and played it, I met some folks while I was traveling that were trying to sell a horn, and it spoke so easily and clearly. It's just unbelievable. Ugliest special I've ever had too. Huge crease in the bell, huge crease you can see, and just some blems where the bronze meets the nickel silver. But man, what a player. What a player. All right, the old special. Okay, now that was, as I mentioned, with a Curry TF Trumpet-Flugel mouthpiece. Now we're going to go with a, what is this? It's Trent Austin's TA1, or TA Lead, excuse me, the Trent Austin Lead. Now this mouthpiece had the rim of about a 10.5 Bach, and I went a little larger, and I didn't want to replace the cost of the mouthpiece. So what I did, I sent this off to Matt Frost, custom mouthpiece maker, out in the northwest area, believe in the Seattle area roughly. Anyway, Matt was kind enough to take the rim off for me, which was, as I mentioned, about similar to a 10.5, and he cut it for Reeves sleeves. And I've got plenty of Reeves 41, which is the size. It's funny, I use mostly 42 cups from Reeves, but I like the 41 rim. It's about the size of a Bach 7. And that's what I used with this. You can see just a little bit of gold on the, or brass on the interior where Matt cut it down for me. Very nice, did an excellent job. And now we've linked the TA Lead cup up with a Warburton Qm, very tight backbore. And I don't do this very often. So if I flub my dub horribly, we'll blame it on the unaccustomed mouthpiece setup. But anyway, it's a Trent Austin Lead, fairly small V cup, pretty tight backbore. And then you've got the Warburton Qm, which is maybe a 29 or 30 drill, something like that. Definitely give you an idea how tight it is. This is, again, the New York Symphony Special from 37. My dad was a Pentecostal pastor, great man, great musician, tremendous violinist and trombonist. Great, just played in a lot of symphonies, smaller symphonies for the violin. But we were in church sometimes 5 services a week. You didn't have time to sin if you were old-time Pentecost. So anyway, one of the songs that I liked best as I got older was It's All in Him. And we'll play the verse to that. Nice little swing feel, definitely give you a little commercial oomph with the sound. Symphony Special from Conn. And we'll give you the same thing with the Conn Coprion. Now, I've read that a lot of people like this horn for lead because the brass bell, which is quite thick, does not break up. Generally, you think of it as a dark tone, but really, it will put out the volume. I'm not a power player, but this will maybe give you an idea of this use with a lead setup. does carry pretty well, doesn't it? And then we'll do the King Silvertone with the lead set up, sterling silver bell. All right. And I can tell you, I hadn't played a QM in literally years, and my lip is not used to the tightness that it gets. All right, this is the Olds Special, and this horn, I'm going to compare it to a box Strat in one of the videos. It's got such a clear, open sound, just really impressive. Wow. All right, 4 vintage horns. We've tried a deep cup to show their mellow attributes, and then we've tried a little bit of a lead setup, as I've said many times before, if I just had lead chops. But hopefully it'll give you an idea of the tone. Not often that I have a King, a Conn, and an Olds, but I'm planning on keeping these 4. I really do like them. Thanks for tuning in as always. Don't forget my wife's video, which will explain the paraphernalia that is serving as a backdrop today. And as always, we encourage you to like the video, hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, it'd be nice as well. Have a great day. Always a pleasure having you on board.